So I'd like to share my healing journey. Um, for those that know me personally, they know the number of times I've had to post talking about healing and talking about getting divine healing and what have you. And I just wanted to share a part of my story that a number of people are well aware of and close friends. I remember August 1st, 2023. I was leaving school to my house and something interfered with my movements. So I needed to go to Ikeja to change my phone because I just got a new phone then and it was faulty. So they called me to come and get a brand new phone. So I was on my way to Ikeja when my brother called me. So I, on my way to the house, that was when I redirected my movements and um, was heading towards Ikeja. And at the bus stop where I would normally turn to my house, the next thing I could remember because I was distracted. I don't know. I was just thinking of how I was going to get my new phone and do other things. So at that point, all I could remember was an impact, very strong impact. So two tricycles, the one I was sitting in, and the one at the opposite direction collided together at full speed, and the impact was so much. And the next thing I could remember was myself um, trying to struggle my way out, and I had these two loads of people sitting beside me on top of me. My leg was hooked under the tricycle, and so the two other people on top of me found their way out, and I was just left there struggling for my leg. Then some people around just came to lift the tricycle, and they carried me from the middle of the road to the edge of the road. And at that point, I was just confused of what was happening. So my phone was low. I think it was on 5% or 3%. So I had to call I had to send a message to a group chat where my brother was and every of my friends, and also my life location. At that point, I just told them, I said, please, can you people just get me to the hospital for first aid? Like, just get me to the hospital because my leg was bleeding. I think at that instant, somebody even tried to steal my phone. Well, it's so funny. Tried to steal my phone. I had to tell them, I'm still conscious. You can't carry my phone. So, um, it took me to a very quack place. And normally I would have been very angry at the riders for being reckless. But I don't know, I just kept my cool, and everybody around me were like, just be grateful they are alive, be grateful they are alive. So the following day, immediately I had to leave Lagos to my family hospital in Ogun State for proper assessment and treatment. And the doctor saw me and was surprised. He said something that was very profound. He said, how did your bone not break? That the impact was so much for your bone not to break. And at that instance, it was a miracle. So he told me to do the um, the scan, the X-ray scan. So they checked my leg while in so much pain, like so much pain. They checked it and told me, oh, they were going to put me on dressing and drugs for a certain period of time. I needed to come to the hospital at 2 days interval. And I told the doctor, I said, sir, I have exams next week. I don't think that will work because I have to travel back to Lagos. He said, okay, he was going to put me on double dosage of pain relief, a stronger pain relief that would help me through my exam period. And they instructed me on how I was going to be cleaning my injury pending the time I'm back from exams. So he told me, oh, I'll be needing to get a walking stick or crutches to move around. And I told the doctor specifically that I was like, no, I'm fine. I'll find my way around it. It was a tough journey, and I was really grateful for everyone that stood by me. Like I'm grateful for them because having to go up the staircase was a struggle. I was grateful for friends that would help me. I remember that time when I want to climb up, the would help me and assist me to go up the stairs or hill or anything. It was a journey. One of my colleagues then offered to drive me from the hotel where I lodged close to school down to school and back to the hotel. So it was an awesome experience. And I want to thank God because at some point the injury was not healing and I was just wondering why. And the Holy Spirit just said something, said, speak healing to it. You've not prayed about this injury. So I prayed about it and not long after, I just got something to apply to it and injury that took weeks and days to cover up just covered up in 2 3 days, and that was how everything came back. I remember one part of my leg looked deformed, like I couldn't see. It was looking totally different from the second leg, and I was just like, God, please complete this healing so that I can start walking, I can climb staircase, I can move around by myself. And I remember that day I was about to cross the road, and with my carefulness of crossing, I don't know, I just slammed my leg. It was very sharp, like it just this very sharp pain that I had to like endure till I got home. And when I checked by the following morning, I noticed that my leg had come back to normal, and two legs were looking, my two ankles were looking alike again. And it was just like a supernatural healing for me at that moment. And I was really grateful for it. I was really grateful for it. Grateful for safety. I was grateful for life because at that instance I couldn't understand what was happening. In fact, I think it was at that moment somebody said something that really touched me, and I didn't even know how to react. So, oh, I thought you were a prayer person. I thought you go to church, you do video. Why did you have accidents? Another keke accident again. Why did you have accident? And I couldn't respond. I was like, well, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, everything happens for a reason.